How did Xavi single-handedly dismantle a prime Real Madrid squad, featuring legends like Sergio Ramos, Karim Benzema, and Mesut Ozil? And of course, one icon, which I won't even name. I'll just let this commentary speak, and you'll know exactly how great he was. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how Xavi achieved the impossible, what made him extraordinary, and how you can elevate your game, play just like he does. In this first clip, we can see right here, Xavi has two options. The first and the most obvious one, which most players would do, would be to go up for the 50-50 header with this player in front of him. However, Xavi knows that one, he's shorter and less likely to win the header, and two, because this player can't see, he's going to be forced to flick the ball behind him either way. So Xavi drops off, wins the second ball, and then right here, you can see he checks his shoulder, and he sees this defender coming on fast. So he plays it first time to Dani Alves out wide, and then makes this run into this space here. Dani Alves makes the wrong decision because he goes to cross the ball into a player that's isolated in the box with two players around him. However, he should have played either a 1-2 with Messi or played it straight through to Xavi, which would have given him an opportunity to shoot or switch the play. How did Xavi go from here to score this goal for Barcelona? The first thing he does is notice Benzema coming on, pressing him really fast, which means all he has to do is take 1, 2, 3 sharp touches, and look how far Benzema's momentum sends him. This is a reminder of why you should never panic when someone is pressing you really fast, because that's actually when it's easiest to get by them. He then lays it off, and right here Messi leaves this space completely wide open when he checks for the ball. Xavi checks his shoulder to see how much space he has, plays the 1-2 with Messi, and starts running into this space here that Messi just left. Messi plays it out wide to Iniesta, and Xavi waits until Iniesta takes this touch inside so he can look up and see where Xavi is. He then makes the run into this open space here. He checks to see how far the keeper is off his line and where the fullback is on his shoulder. He gets a lucky flick and chips it over the keeper's head. I hope you guys are enjoying the video and learning a lot so far. If you'd like me to personally analyze your games, I've got great news. Your first 30-minute coaching call is completely free. Just click the link in the description, fill out the form, and I'll give you a completely personalized game analysis of your games to help you improve and take your game to the next level. And now, back to the video. In this clip, I want you to focus solely on Xavi and his movements throughout the sequence. Pay attention to the first thing he does. He checks his shoulder before positioning himself to receive the ball. When Messi doesn't pass it to him, Xavi resets, adjusts his position, and creates a passing angle for Busquets. Here, when Piqué has the ball, he immediately checks his shoulder and checks in to try to get it. He plays it out wide, so he comes and he checks his shoulder 1, 2, 3 times before the ball's even played to Dani Alves. Once Dani Alves has the ball, he knows that there's heavy pressure on his back. He plays a simple one-touch pass back to him, and then it's played out wide to Busquets, and then the team's able to switch the ball. In this clip, we first see Xavi check his shoulder before receiving the ball. Once he controls it, he turns and switches the play to Iniesta. As soon as he opens up and gets the ball, he drives forward into space. Here, when this defender closes him down, his first touch is directly across the defender's momentum instead of going inside here, where the defender might be able to intercept it. He then takes a subtle backward touch to evade the defender's outstretched leg. He then uses this passing lane as bait to get through this defender and laying the ball off to Messi. Here, Xavi checks into this position between these two defenders. Messi decides to instead play it out wide. David Villa receives it, and when he does, his touch is directly at the defender. This forces Ramos to make a decision, which then leads David Villa to get around him. Here, the ball reaches Andres Iniesta again, and he then uses this pass as bait to go around this defender here. And then he tries to play this pass through to the striker, but it gets intercepted. Here we see Xavi checking his shoulder as he's coming towards the ball. As soon as he gets it, he already knows that he has two players pressing him, so he makes the simple decision of passing it back to the defender. Here, we notice three separate things. Number one, Xavi's still checking his shoulder to make sure he has space to turn once he comes into this space here. Number two, this opposing midfielder is already dropping off, which abandons the press. And three, the striker is applying pressure to the ball, but without accounting for Xavi's new positioning. This allows Xavi to receive the ball right here. After checking his shoulder one more time, he knows for a fact that the midfielder is fully dropped off. He's able to open up, play long, and kickstart a new Barcelona attack. In this clip, I want you to take a moment and think. What do you expect Xavi to do in this position? You'll probably assume that he's going to play the safe back pass to Dani Alves, given the pressure closing in. However, thanks to a few defensive lapses from Real Madrid, and Xavi always checking his shoulder, he knows he has space to turn. But here's why. This fullback here got dragged out wide to mark this winger. This forced this midfielder in the middle to drop off and mark this run being made by Messi. This attacking midfielder should have closed in the space and pressed Xavi, but he didn't. And this wide fullback out wide is scrambling to get back in line with the defense. All of this creates a very simple opportunity for Xavi to play long to the opposite wing. Now this fullback is trying to rush in to close him down, and this opposite winger is rushing in behind the fullback. He gets on his blind side, and then he's able to finish the goal. In this last clip, we see Messi driving the ball forward, and here this striker makes the run in behind on the blind side of this defender here. This ends up drawing this defender away and opening up this space in behind him. Xavi sees this and starts sprinting and making this run here. And the space is open because this defender is stuck marking him, and this fullback is stuck because he's supposed to be marking this winger out here. But this space in the middle is completely opened up, which makes it very easy for Xavi to run in behind. And he almost gets this goal.